Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Lord Rick, your host of AngelOfThyNight Radio. And the purpose of this show is to address every individual that's involved with the hate towards the Paranormal and Ghost Society organization and myself and its members. I'm going to address these issues, most importantly, to probably about 3 to 4 different groups. This radio show and this broadcast, I plan on getting out to millions and millions of people. And I'm going to do this not because I'm trying to hurt someone's feelings, but I'm going to exercise my right and freedom of speech, freedom of press, and it's my job as a founder to address these issues. The Paranormal and Ghost Society is one of the largest paranormal groups in the country. You know, I have every right to be able to put down all our achievements within our forum. And if people don't like the site, they don't like the forum, don't join it. If you got an issue, you take it up privately with me. And, you know, I have not seen anybody man enough to do such a thing. First and foremost, as you know, my MySpace account was deleted. It was not deleted because I threatened anybody. I merely defended my members, I defended my integrity, my organization, and my children. Some of the haters think that you guys got me back. You didn't get me back at all, because most of you were hiding under my profile. You only hurt yourself, because now I'm able to start fresh. So, it really doesn't matter to me. And even though my MySpace forum has no moderation right now, I don't care. It doesn't bother me because it's still my group. You haven't gained anything by spiting me. 2 wrongs don't make a right. And personally, it doesn't matter what you think. I love the paranormal. I'm going to continue to investigate the paranormal. I love to urban explore. I'm going to keep exploring. I love to meet new friends. I'm going to keep meeting new friends. And although you think broadcasting my home address and my phone number is going to provide the public with information, wrong. That's what our meetups are for. And, we hold our meetups every month so that people can talk eye to eye, meet with one another, and touch base. I have nothing to hide. But I also am entitled, being the founder, to have a personal life. Who I date is not anybody's business. What color my hair is not anybody's business. What I do for a living, how I earn my money, my children, all that is irrelevant. What is relevant is the fact that for the last 5 to 6 years, I have gone out investigating the paranormal, gathering evidence, historical references, and being able to provide groups that network individuals who are involved with the exploration of haunted locations. As you can see, the MySpace group has turned into a bash fest, and it's a shame that most people cannot act civilized. But see, in a way, I am glad that people are going on MySpace and flaming me. It just means they're cowards because my presence is not available. And anybody who has to talk ill of somebody without their presence being able to defend themselves is actually a coward. See, here's the whole thing, and I'm going to tell you why you haters just lost to me. See, because after my account was removed, you willingly joined my forum for the sole purpose to discredit me, demean me, defamate my character, and libel my good name. And you did it in an immature manner. So now, all the good explorers and good investigators, they're reviewing the groups you come from, whether it's Hot Sauce, UER.ca, whatever the case is. And those people are definitely not going to donate or join your group knowing the acts of treason you've just caused. Therefore, I just won, because I've spent months and months trying to prove to people that I'm being stalked, harassed, and libeled. I could not do it unless my account was deleted. In reality, you stabbed yourselves in the back. And you also hurt a lot of people on the group. You didn't hurt me, because see, the group is not for me. Because obviously it's a pain in the ass to go in and delete spam every single day and have to argue with people who flame it. You deleted a group where members were making friends with one another. So as far as I'm concerned, a lot of my members, what are they supposed to think about your character? Two wrongs don't make a right. And I'm going to address each issue, and this is going to be the last time I say it and the last time I address it. And then after that, I'm going to take the proper procedure to make sure you're dealt with accordingly. The first group we're going to deal with is uer.ca. Yeah, you're a large urban exploring community. Big deal. Most of your members, they range from the age of 13 to about 17 years of age. The ones that are legal, such as a few of the females on that board, they're older than me, and they're having sexual relations with underage teenage boys. That's, to me, you want to talk ill of our organization? Well, that's not something to be proud of either. But see, that's not my business, and I can care less about any of that. What I care about is the fact that about a year ago I joined your group. I was referred to your group. Someone told me it'd be a good idea, so I posted a little message. The way I am is I like to advertise for other groups. I'm not a selfish founder. I don't mind banner exchanges, link exchanges. I don't mind having all kinds of people join my board. But I joined there and I posted one advertisement. Just one. And if the owner had any balls at all, he would have deleted it and said, no, you cannot do this on my board. And it would have been done. It would have been over with. But instead, members of UER decided to stalk me on MySpace, try to add me on and flame my comments, send porn to my guest book, harass my members, put my son's photos up there and exploit them, then laugh at them. Then we have a guy named Blackhawk, which nobody likes him. And that's just the truth. I mean, I've even been told that by members on that board. It's amazing how two-faced some people are. And, he sits there and laughs at my deceased friend. That's, you're a real man. You aren't nothing but a coward. And I'll tell you right now, if you were here, you should face me face to face, because I'll kick your ass. I don't need no lawyer to kick your ass. And that's not a threat. That's just telling you. You put somebody's kids' pictures up on your website and you laugh at them, you deserve what you got coming to you. I'm a father, and I'll do whatever it takes to defend my family and my kids. You laugh at my kids, you put them on a website. To me, that's just cowardly. You deserve to get knocked out for that. So if any person on that board has a problem with me defending my children, you got issues. If you're stalking me because I'm an angry father, you got issues. And, when I joined that board, I pretty much said, hey, I'm one of the best explorers. I am. I'm not the best, but I'm one of the best. I go to a lot of places. I do a lot of traveling. My website has thousands of pictures from asylums and abandoned places, and I'm proud of my work, and I back it up 100%. I don't make money at what I do. I expend more than I ever make. And if a $5 donation in the last 2 months constitutes me being rich, then sue the shit out of me, because you're not going to get nothing from me. But anyways, I joined UER, and I post an advertisement because that's what it's really about. It's about getting people together, networking. A team should have a little bit of character to it. On your team you should have an equipment person, a paranormal investigator, an explorer. You should mix it up a little and have a little fun. But, these guys can't be normal and just meet me at the bar to have a drink. They got to go hide in a cave. And they can sit there and say, well, I just wanted to meet the guy. Nobody meets in abandoned places. Nobody meets in caves. You know your intentions were not pure, and I merely defended myself. You put my son's pictures on your site. You exploited them. You deserve everything that I have thrown at you, and you're going to get more unless you walk away. As far as the haters go, I am not scared of you, so save your petty threats. I do not care what address you have. I've lived in a lot of places. I move around a lot. So, even if you have my address, so come on over. Come kick my ass. I'm waiting for you. Oh, wait, I forgot. Urban explorers, they usually have to kick someone's ass by the group. They can't do it by themselves. They need about 5 to 10 people to hide in a cave. Isn't that right, Alex? And what is your name, Roadwolf? Why don't you tell me your real name for a change and be a man and face me? I have no resentment or any regret for the things I've done. For speaking my mind, for defending my paranormal organization and my children and my friends and members, does not make me a bad man. It makes me a good man because I stick to my guns. I have friends all over the world. I know cops on my list. I know lawyers. I know military personnel. I know all kinds of different people. I'm not against anyone in particular. We have members of all kinds on the Paranormal and Ghost Society, and I am more than happy to be friends. I am more than happy to resolve any hate issues there are. But before people go on a website and read about how Lord Rick's a fraud and how the organization wronged them, just remember there is 2 sides to every story. The MySpace board, well, that's for the members. And, speaking to my members, it's your board. Take it back. Feel free to post paranormal questions. Right now, I go over my friends. I use his account. But he also posts a lot of things for me, and he does a lot of his own postings right now, since I'm not in the group really to defend myself. I have not looked at the negative posts. I do not care to look at negativity, because everything I do, my work, my friends, my children, those are all positive things, and that's what I prefer to work with. So all these people crying for attention, making YouTube movies about me, and altering my photos, and acting all immature, you're wasting your breath, because I'm not looking at it. It's one thing in life to be skeptical and to be a critic of someone's work, but it's another thing to show hatred towards a person. And then I had some girl write me yesterday and say, well, you put Alex Hess' address all over the internet. And in fact, no, I did not. If someone else was using another name and did so, chances are it didn't come from me. But, people are just so ignorant. They don't ask. They hurt others, and then they ask questions later. And as far as me gathering addresses, I have every right. Because if you send illegal porn to my list or my guest book, then I'm going to get an attorney. And I have every right to gather your address. It does not mean I am misusing the information, but I am a paranormal investigator. I am a public figure. I run a website. I have a business. And anybody that's trying to deter that needs to come to the realization that if I get a hold of your address and I get an attorney, you're going to be in a lot of trouble. You may think you're not going to be, but I have warned you to cease and desist. You have refused. And the ones that I am talking about, I am sure you're listening on in. You're the type of people who stand against everything I believe in. Friendship, adventure, the paranormal, ghosts, UFOs, all that you stand against. And that's fine. But if you have a problem with me, take it up privately. Don't harass my members. Don't punish them. Secondly, a lot of people in this little hate crusade need to understand that there's been a lot of censorship. And the truth's been covered up. And people are not as honest as they say. If I join a board and I act hostile, chances are it's within good reason, or I had a reason to do so. And of course, those messages will be deleted because nobody wants to be found out, and that's just the truth. But when there's a message board with 1,000 messages about me, my kids, my life, and all this, that's sickening. And you're only hurting yourselves in the end. So that's a UER issue. But because of that, it spawned hate off other sites. Because then it came along the oddempire.org. Okay, he wanted an interview. I said, fine. I'm more than happy to give anybody an interview, as long as the questions are within reason. All his questions sounded just like UER. Sound just like the stalkers. I declined his interview. He got pissed off. That's just the truth. Sometimes when you ban a person, or you refuse to do an interview, or you speak your mind, it sometimes offends people, and they let it escalate too far, instead of just saying their words and going the other way, like most normal people would do. The oddempire.org, according to Odd, is a comedy site, but not everybody finds it funny when they're being harassed, or if they feel they're being libeled, or, you're sitting there laughing at other paranormal sites who work so hard to bring the public the truth. And all the work that goes into their boards, their website, their investigations, that doesn't deserve to be laughed at. And of course, I sent out information on Odd, and I had every right to do so. It's public accessible information, and it was posted so that other paranormal groups would know, would actually have the ability to make a proper decision, rather than just do an interview and then find out later that there's comical skits up on a website about them. So yeah, I had every right. That's what an investigator does. And I know you're listening to this, Odd, but I'm going to tell you right now, you don't got a case. If you want to sue me, and you want to send threats to sue me, go right ahead. But as far as I'm concerned, when Trailer Boy joined the group and posted personal information on me and was bashing Mirror and all my members, they didn't deny they were you. So as far as I'm concerned, that could have been you. We don't know. But I don't care, because it's childish. The Paranormal and Ghost Society doesn't have time to deal with such issues. We receive hundreds of emails a day. We get 25,000 hits a day on our website. We're very busy. We're not going to deal with people acting like a bunch of infants throwing temper tantrums. I do not go to the Odd Empire. I do not know why he writes my friends. I do not know why he bashes me on other groups. It's very childish. It's very unnecessary. So my issue with you is resolved. Just go your own way. That's all I'm asking. I'm not doing your interview. I have a review up on my site with you. It is fully legal. Your address and your phone number is not in it. As far as the article I sent, take me to court, brother. Take me to court. And I'll show the judge that there was an article, and the judge will grant me freedom of press, because it's public shared information for educational purposes. Deal with it. You're a public figure. You run a site. I dealt with it. My feelings aren't hurt, so get over it. You were on an urban exploring board. That flamed me. Therefore, I'm not doing your interview. I do not condone people that talk about other people behind their backs, especially when it becomes hundreds and hundreds of messages. Messages about how I'm a crackhead, how I'm on welfare and disability, how I'm a fraud. None of these things are true, and none of them you can prove. Therefore, do us all a favor. Shut up. And when I say shut up, I'm not just talking about Odd or anybody. I'm talking about people in general. If you don't know your facts, don't look like a jackass and put them out there. Because honestly, if you've had the opportunity to meet me in New York. None of you's ever wanted to meet. You had your opportunity, some of you, to meet me down here. And you had your opportunity to meet me when I visited New York a few times a few months ago. Nobody wanted to meet. Nobody even wanted to act civilized and say, hey, let's talk over a beer. Here's my phone number, let's talk. I am no threat to anybody. But I will tell you right now, anybody that hurts my kids, I'll break your neck. And I will hurt you if you hurt my kids. And I'm just going to make that point known. I'll do anything for my sons, aside from my paranormal members in the organization and my family and my friends. I'm a very spiritual person. You know, I kind of follow a Native American path. I love the trees, I love the earth, the sky, the water. I love all of that. But when you corner, you threaten, you plagiarize, you belittle, manipulate, stalk, harass, demean, and all those things, and when hundreds of people are doing it to one man, you better believe I'm going to defend myself. Even if it means me losing my MySpace account over it. That is what makes me victorious. As far as odd goes, let me tell you a little bit about the law, buddy. Okay, because I studied law. First off, you have to be able to show the courts the profits you lost. From what I take, your site is not a money maker. You do not run a store. You also have to be able to prove to the court that my message was threatening in nature. Sharing information about an editor and a site he runs is hardly threatening, nor can you blame me for somebody else's actions. But I will say this, you're more than welcome to take me to court. I'll definitely show in my suit and tie. But let it be known that you're not going to get a penny out of me, because A, I do not make money off what I do. B, even if you win, you have to have a whole separate trial for a writ of garnishment. Now, if you want to know about how to do it, I'll be more than happy to advise you. However, I am not interested in dealing with this childish drama anymore. Go your own way, leave me alone. That is not a hard concept to understand. You want to post flaming messages on your board? Well, we have a review on our site about you. And it's an honest review, and it's a matter of opinion. So even if you take me to court, well, Your Honor, I'm sorry, but this is my opinion. There is nothing you can do. So give up your little court crusade and blaming me on urban exploring sites, because if somebody exploited your children on a website, you would probably do the same thing that I did. So now you understand where I come from. I am not an amateur. I am a good Ghostbuster. I am a good founder. I treat my friends with loyalty and respect. I throw parties. I hold meetups. I allow people to get together at the park and play sports. I run many forums. I run a website which I pay for. I put this radio show together. I put the graphics together. I design the layout for my sites and my forums. I welcome all my members with open arms. I am not a prude or a prick. These are just rumors spread across because one or two guys got their feelings hurt, and they expect their friends to get involved in the middle of it instead of being man enough to handle it one-on-one with me themselves. So that's two issues handled. We are an odd empire. Deal with it, shut up, go your own way. It's that simple. The Paranormal Ghost Society is not about hurting others, it's about networking with others. You may not approve that we charge memberships now for our site. Anybody would, considering, some of you organizations steal our pictures and you draw penises in front of them. And you do stupid stuff like that that ruins it for other people. And that's just the reality of it. But you may not approve of the way we investigate, the way we look, the way we do things. But that's not for you to decide. And if you don't like it, don't look at the material given. Because whether you realize it or not, we're always going to have a fan. We're always going to have thousands of fans. We're a very well-known group. And for everyone that hates us, that's 5 fans that love us. So you can't make everybody happy. Now I move on to the next group. And I don't want to bash it, and I'm not going to bash it. But it's Daggy 5. You know, I respect what you do. You got a great site. You got a great group. But a lot of people that are on your friends list are involved with a hate group called Hot Sauce. And, you know, a lot of people are actually two-faced saying you're involved with it. And I'd like to think otherwise, and I am not like others, and I'm not going to sit here and read what they say or, you know, act all childish. I'm not going to play that game with you. But I am going to say that, you know, it's up to the leaders to put an end to this. And, you know, it's not going to happen if good friends of yours keep acting out like this. But I see a lot of two-faced people. And I see people telling on each other. It's so funny how when someone doesn't want to get in trouble, how they turn their own friends in. But anyways, I put a link up for Daggy 5, and some of those members go around bashing me, and what they don't understand is I'm sending you explorers. I'm sending you good members. And you people are dicking me around, and you're backstabbing, and you're two-faced, and you talk about me. That's, you know, that's not loyalty. That's not friendship. That's just called hate. And I'm just not going to tolerate it. And I should not have to. So that's my take on Daggy 5. I have a lot of respect for Mike. I have a lot of respect for anybody that runs a forum or group. It's hard work. But, you know, when you advertise for somebody and their members turn around and, you know, they act like they're so ungrateful, that's just ridiculous. And, you know, if I have to remove the link, I'm going to until the shit stops. And then we got a group called the Unquiet Tomb. She goes around bashing UER, how she hates Alex, and how he's gay, and all these other things. But then turns around and goes and spray paints abandoned locations saying Lord Rick rules. I'm sorry, sugar, but aren't you the one who's been emailing me asking me to review your paranormal photos? You know, there's nothing worse in life than seeing a bunch of two-faced people. They sit there and they pretend to be your friend, or they sit there and they ask for favors, but then they turn around and they bash you because they want to look cool in front of everybody else. But see, you people are shorting yourselves, because I get a mass amount of hits. And I have no problem putting a banner up on my site or a link or sending someone your way or getting together with you and investigating. I don't have those problems. But as soon as you sit there and act all two-faced and you act this way, you don't deserve my respect. You don't deserve to be on my board. You don't deserve anything out of me. And now I get to the issue of Hot Sauce. Hot Sauce was formed based on a few of Adam's friends. Adam was banned from our group. Deal with it, Adam. We're not your enemy, but as I've told you before, you've broken protocols on the investigation. You lied, you didn't pitch in for gas, you endangered the welfare of myself, and, you know, you can sit there and you can manipulate your friends to fight your battles for you and go around telling lies, but I took you to the Pine Barrens. I fed you, I spent money on you, I took you hiking. As sick as I was, I still took you out, and I kept my word, and you knew this. So don't go around bashing me. Don't go around forming hate groups with your little girlfriends and everything else, because I know Hot Sauce was formed around you, because all those people live right near the same town you do in New Jersey. I'm not stupid. Even your own friends are willing to turn you in, and you ought to be ashamed of yourself, because you investigated for this organization. How dare you go around libeling it? So you don't like me? Then go write me under my email address and handle it with me. Stop being such a little fucking pissant. Got it? You and your libeling remarks, you don't even tell your friends the entire truth. You know, I show up to your house, you got no equipment, yet you say you're a really great explorer. I mean, you're just ridiculous. It's just like the places we go. I've been here 20 times, but you can't even find a furnace out in the forest. And, you know, your attitude is very immature, and you got what you had coming to you. You know, when you sit there on your cell phone and you talk for 24 hours a day on the investigation, and you're sitting up in a tower because your feet hurt and you don't want to hike, you're not a good explorer and you're not a good paranormal investigator. And that's why you were kicked off my team, and that is why I dealt with you accordingly. Yet you got to be a little pissant and get your friends to form a message board called Hot Sauce, thinking it's going to ruin my reputation. Sorry, pal, but I've got over 700 investigations under my belt. I made the front page of 4 newspapers back a few months ago. You're not going to discredit me with your little groups. I'm well known across the world, and I talk to thousands upon thousands upon thousands of people, whether you believe it or not. I talk to some pretty big name people. You don't stand a chance against me. So my advice to you is start being an honorable man. Go your own way. You know, nobody's stopping you from doing your dreams or goals or whatever you have going on for you. Quit trying to get away in the way of my goals. I think that's very reasonable. You got credit for the hike, but you didn't get credit for nothing else because you didn't submit any paranormal evidence. Therefore, there's nothing I can do about it. But there is a diary on my website, and the diary is based on you. It's not to put you down. It's just to say, hey, this is what happened, so that way people can use it as a reference point every time you go around speaking falsely of me. I kept the diary. I jotted things down as they happened, with times, dates, everything. I'm not an idiot. I cover my own ass. Deal with it. Hot Sauce was deleted because Hot Sauce was formed for hate purposes only. It was not formed to discuss the paranormal. It was formed to discuss me. Therefore, it violates MySpace's terms of service. I had nothing to do with the group being deleted. I could have something to do with it, but see, I did not look at the group because I refused to look at negative energy. And since it has reformed, that's fine. It'll probably be deleted again because you're not going to go around speaking ill of somebody. It's not right. It's childish, and back in my day, when I started this line of work, that shit never existed. Grow the fuck up. I have every right to speak my mind. And, you know, nobody's going to censor this. This is my radio show. And it's going to go out to millions of people. Because it's not just going to go out on my website. I'm going to spread the word. I'm going to send it to people. And I'm going to do everything I can so people know who you are. Because they have a right to know what you've done to me. And the last group we're going to address is from UE Sexy. Or however the heck it is, ran by Roadwolf. Get over the caves, dude. Seriously. You go around saying you wanted to hide in a cave so you could meet me. Why don't you be a little normal and meet me at the bar and the restaurant like as planned? You know, you just refuse to grow up, man. I mean, you want to sit there and make a website about me and prove to the world that I'm some fraud and discredit me. Well, I've explained to you. They're my photos. I can block out spray paint. I can add my own watermark. I can do whatever I want. They're my photos. Doesn't mean I'm fraudulent. It just means I don't want you knowing where I go, what I do, or whatever. That's my choice. It doesn't prove a thing. You, my friend, you're obsessed with me. And it's people like you that the hate's growing off of. Because you started off on UER bashing me. Then you started doing it on your own site. And, you know, that just tells me right there you're nothing but a sissy coward. Because you could have written me at my email address many times. And I would have gladly explained to you about the catacombs, about all of that. But I'm not going to answer to you. I have no respect for somebody who hides in a place and hopes to jump the founder of the Paranormal and Ghost Society. You can say your intentions were not that, but they were. And you know it as well as I do. But I'm going to explain it to you one last time, because apparently you're not listening. I went to different caves in New York. One of them is catacombs. Another one of them is mines. The catacombs I'm not going to give the location to. But see, you know, I have a big sense of humor. I'll go take a few pictures in front of a cave, and I'll stand there and I'll take pictures inside. And then I'll post them because I know you're stalking me. I know you're watching. And I love to see the reaction of people when you just joke around like that. They make a big thing, they make a stink out of nothing. And that's all you've done. You've made a stink out of nothing. First it was, ha ha ha, Lord Rick didn't find the caves, we were hiding in them. Then it was, oh, Lord Rick was at the same caves I was at. You're clueless, man, and you're never going to know, because I don't have to disclose that information. So get over it. I don't owe you an apology. I'm not going to apologize to you. It doesn't matter what caves I went to, what I did with my pictures, or why we didn't see each other at the caves. You have sent me many harassing messages, but I give you credit, you've done that publicly on a board, which I am no longer part of, or have not been part of. Your website information about me is not true. You are only trying to manipulate the public. I am not on welfare. I am not on disability. My kids are very well provided for. They get very good grades in school. So all this talk about how you feel sorry for them and all this stuff, stop the trash talk. Quit being a fucking asshole. Because honestly, I can sit there and look at your site, and it sucks. You don't really have no pictures. Your text and color doesn't even match. There's no creativity. There's no art involved in it. You know, and I've looked at a lot of your work, and you have not been to that many places. And if you have, you should be able to put that work out there to show, hey, I'm a productive guy. But you're putting your productivity in the Paranormal and Ghost Society. You're putting your productivity into me. Whether you realize it or not, you have. And, you know, since my members paid for the catacombs trip and not you, and since I had a knee injury related to it, I don't owe you any answers. My data might be different from your data. That doesn't make me bad. That doesn't make me a fraud. Just because I go somewhere that you don't approve of doesn't give you the right to go around bashing me. The truth is that a lot of you people are jealous, and you're filled with hatred and you're filled with envy. And some of you say you're not, but look at the messages you send. You talk about the way I look, in dress and my hair and my work and about all the places I've been. Those are jealous remarks. That's not even close to disliking a person. Because people that dislike one another, they don't talk to each other. They don't join their forums. They don't stalk their MySpace profiles. I've tracked a lot of you people. And I get, some haters go to my profile 20 times a day. Who goes to someone's MySpace profile 20 times a day? That's stalking. That's not even, I don't even visit anybody's profile. I don't sit there and just add on people. I don't create fake MySpace profiles. I don't join someone's forum just to bash them or get their accounts deleted. All that's childish. You should all be ashamed of yourself the way you're acting. But see, as many haters that have developed, as many people that have came to their smarts, and they've came through for me, and they've shown their support. And some of these Urban Explorers' best members have came to me privately and told me they do not agree with their leaders, they don't agree what's being done, and that they'll do anything in their power to help me, even if it is to provide me with your addresses, phone numbers, personal information, access to your website, whatever the case is, they're going to give it to me. Only because I've been the better, more reasonable man. You can't sit there and bash a guy who posted a message once. Just because someone in my forum messes up doesn't mean I go stalking and harassing them. It's not one person doing it. It's 200, 300 people doing it, trying to add me, trying to stalk me, sending me private hate messages. Can you blame me for acting out of defense towards any of your groups that you own, or any of the groups that you haters belong to, you cannot blame me. Look at the mass amounts of threats. There's things that some of you don't even see. What about the private emails, the rude ones I get? Or the ones putting down my kids? Or the people who steal my paranormal photos and say, here's why it's fake. It's, it's childish, it's stupid. I have a business to run. That business is helping other people. You're not going to deter me from my goals. I'm moving out west. I'm going to ghost towns. I'm going to caves. I'm climbing mountains. You're not going to change that. You're not going to change the type of girls I like. If I like Asian women, I like Asian women. All this discrimination and ignorance and hatred, all the stalking and all that, it needs to go away. Because I'm not bothering anybody. And, I'm going about my business. I'm doing what I do best, which is paranormal investigating. It's my line of work. Deal with it. We're not hurting anybody. But a lot of you people, you don't realize you've lost a lot more than you think. You've lost friends. You've lost respect. You've lost funding for your organizations. Because I'm the one that gets 8 to 10 million hits a year. And that's not a lot. There's sites that get more. But 8 to 10 million hits, that's millions of people. And when this goes out to millions of people, they're going to have an opportunity to at least hear my side of the story. I don't need to be posting voicemails like this. I don't need to be posting radio shows like this. And I'm not going to keep doing it. I'm only doing it out of respect for Odd and other groups who want an explanation. Now, I'm very sorry that my bluntness has offended anybody. But do not mistake that for an apology, because it's not. I'm only sorry that I ever joined your groups and tried to network with you. You need to understand that whenever I do something, it's with good intention. Even if it comes out wrong over a computer, it still means good intention. But all the rumors that are coming out, half of them are not true. And if you believe in something, you should at least ask me first, and I'll be more than happy to be civil and explain it to you. I am not here to babysit, and I should not have to babysit people on my board. I may not be moderator of it, but there's no reason why people cannot act civil. Post your paranormal articles and move on. It's not a big deal. But mark my words, I'm not going to hold groups responsible anymore. I'm going to hold the people responsible who are doing this. And it's not going to stop unless you stop. And that's just it. I'm not here to flame anybody. I'm not online looking for trouble. I'm a very direct person. If you got a problem with me, you email me or you meet me. But don't sit there and create little hate forums on MySpace, because it's very ignorant and it just makes you look bad. And if I want to gloat about my work, I'll gloat, because you don't know me. You don't know my accomplishments. And obviously you're not going to know because you're not a subscriber to my site. But if you go in and you read over 700 investigations and you see all the photos that we've put up, thousands and thousands, you'll see we work hard. We don't force ghosts on people. We put the evidence up there. Whether you believe it or not, it's up to you. We got some good ghost photos. There's one ghost photo of a soldier. He's got a camouflage hat on. No way in God's green earth you could fake that. No way. We do a lot of good work, and you may not believe in all of it. But our investigations are very thorough, we're very hard-working, we're very tenacious. As far as my friend Ken goes, on MySpace, in the board, he is defending me. If I need to send him a message, he'll get it out right away. And if I need to use his account, I will use it until I am able to post in the board under my own account. I will be opening up 2 more paranormal forums. I'm relentless. I'm not going to stop. Just like if you show me hatred, I'm going to teach you a lesson. And you're not going to like it. If you don't want to be taught a lesson and you don't like it done to you, don't do it to me. Because I have a business to run. And I have paranormal equipment to get out, and logo wear, and subscriptions to try to get donations to keep the site running, and research and mapping for investigations, and equipment to shop for, and emails to answer, and many paranormal forums to run, and it just never ends. I don't have any regrets, and I like the work that I do, but I also protect it. I'm not going to just say, oh sir, I'll stop investigating paranormal activity because you don't agree with me about the existence of ghosts. You know, people are just so ignorant. They have no respect for one another. I don't do this work to make money. I do it to help other people. And, you know, my friend, I don't exploit him, but I'm very against drunk driving. And he was killed by a drunk driver. And with that in mind, I'm not going to let his death be in vain. He was an explorer, and I'm going to continue to be an adventurer, an explorer, and paranormal investigator. Nobody's going to stop me. And as far as the stalkers and haters go, why don't you come kill me? Grow the balls and come kill me. If you hate me that bad, and you think it's going to make you feel better, come and kill me. Since you think you know where I live, that's my take on things. You know, I do a lot of good things for the community. I do link exchanges. I throw parties. We try to fight against drunk driving. We do a lot of good things. And there's a lot of misconceptions about who I am and about my organization. And it's not right. And it's not right the way I've been treated. And some of you need to make a decision. And you need to do what's right, because this is about principle and more. I mean, in other words, what I'm trying to tell you is you can't expect to slap me in the face and not get slapped back. You're sitting there making hate forms, putting up my kids' pictures. You better believe I'm going to defend them. And I'm a lot different from other guys. I'll break the law with just cause. If it means me going to jail for a year or two, I'll do it. If I'm in public and you start a fight with me and I go to jail, it'll be because it's a just cause. That's the type of founder I am. I'm not some pushover, and I'm not some pencil geek. I work hard at what I do, and I work hard to make friends. And no matter what you post in my boards, how you talk about me on other places, it's not going to change the loyal friends that I have. People that have spent time with me and known me for years. Therefore, I'd like to say that I have won. And, you know, I'm not the type that ever loses. Doesn't matter what negative energy you bring, what you do to me, I still don't lose. Because I turn all your negatives into positive aspects. So me getting the profile deleted was a positive experience for me. I'm not going to apologize to anybody. And that's just it. I should not have to apologize for defending my kids, defending my members, for being somewhat of an editor and publishing the truth. I'm not going to do those things. Even if you were to kill me or put a gun to my head, I'm still not going to do those things. Adam, you want to go around, say you murder me? Put your money where your mouth is. Come murder me, buddy. Come on. Odd, you want to take me to court? Go ahead. Take me to court. And as far as the urban explorers go, you want to keep adding me on MySpace, stalking me, acting like butthole explorers and everything else? That's fine. You know, it just proves my point that you're not man enough to step away. And, you know, honestly, I don't think I've been dishonest in any way. I think I'm rather very sincere. But I'm not going to put up with it. And I'm sure this message, it'll draw in hate, because people cannot handle honesty on the internet. Which leaves me to say that, you know, a lot of you think that I don't have a lot of friends and fans. But we got a lot of lurkers on our group. And you think that these lurkers are going to stand for your shit? Because they're not going to. So anything that occurs from this time on, I have nothing to do with. However, I am going to say that you need to just grow up. You know, you want to keep wasting your time making productions and movies about me and everything else. That's lame. You know, that just shows your obsession with me right there. That's not even being critical towards somebody or their work. That's just called, you know, I want to harass the guy and push his buttons. But you're not pushing my buttons. Because, see, I'm still here. I'm still posting on my paranormal forums. I'm still on. So I guess that I haven't fallen after all. As far as my new members go, welcome to the boards. Welcome to the Paranormal and Ghost Society. I'm sorry you've had to see such a display by these hateful people. They could have been more civil, and they could have addressed the issue privately, but they refuse not to because they're scared of me. That's all it could be. I don't have anything I need to prove. I've ran groups for years. I've been a solid founder and a very solid leader. And anybody who answers me or asks me questions or writes me, they get a reply back. Unless your message is rude or violent or, you know, something that's very libeling towards the PGS organization. But I'm going to let you know that if you want to continue to fight till we're black and blue in the face, we'll fight. Because chances are I'll fight you for the next 20 years. So you're just going to have to learn to deal with me, whether you like me or not. And you're going to have to learn to accept. I accept other groups for being around. You need to accept mine. And if you don't like it, don't join it. You don't like my site, don't go on my site. But get your facts straight. Don't tell half-truths. Tell the truth. And as far as the new members go, I will have the group up and running proper very, very soon. So just chill out, relax. If you have any questions, you know you can email me. You can add me on my new MySpace account. But I want to let you haters know we're not going to stand down. I stand up for what I believe in, and I have since day one. The only difference is years ago, people were more respectful in this field, and explorers had more respect. But now everybody seems to think that, you know, what constitutes them as explorer is being cocky towards paranormal investigators. And that's just so wrong. Asking what you can do to help and being respectful towards others makes a good explorer. And some of you people, you just don't get it. And you think you know me, but you really don't. So I'm going to close with that. And, you know, I expect a lot of good input from my members. I do need my members' help at something. It's nothing bad. But if you could write me, I would appreciate it. Because I need a helping hand with something. I also will be hiring some publicists and different things. Because we're going to get some good investigations rolling. And then I got the meetup, and I got a lot of other little positive projects going on. So bear with me. And in closing, I'd like to say that if you've listened to this radio show fully, I commend you. I have respect for you listening to what I have to say. I don't think I could be any more honest or any more true towards my members, or even towards the people who don't like me. But that's my explanation. And some of you, you don't even know why you hate me. It's just because your friends tell you this or tell you that, or because it's on a website, instead of you just joining and seeing for yourself. And some of you that are doing the hating, a lot of my members don't know the stuff that's going on. They don't know what you say to me. They don't know you're putting my picture in your profile and making fun of me. They don't know none of that. And neither do your friends. You're only trying to do it to piss me off so that it makes you look good. I'm just not going to play into the game. I'm just not biting. And I haven't bitten. And that's just it. I got my own work to do, and I'm going to continue to do it. If my MySpace board goes away, well, hey, I'll create a board. There's hundreds of forums out there and sites. I can create a forum anywhere. So does it really matter? No, it doesn't. You people are not gaining on me. I don't want your pity. I don't want attention or anything of that sort. What I want is just to see my members happy for people to get involved in the paranormal community, get along, create friendships. If somebody needs my help, I'll be there for them, to share information, to provide a service. That's all it's about. And I'm afraid that the haters just don't understand this. I got nothing more to say. End of story. And if you don't like this message, too bad. You decided to listen to it. Have a good night, folks. And our next radio program will be probably on some odd articles. We'll probably cover more on the UFO agenda, or should I say the alien agenda. I'd like to get more into that deeply. If anybody has any show ideas, please forward them to me. And again, welcome new members. I'm glad you've listened in. We do about one show per week to every couple weeks, with this being the exception. And lastly, to all them hate groups and people that, have hatred or dislike in their hearts, you need to just go your own way. When people have an argument, they argue, it's done, it's over with. But arguing for 10 months, it doesn't compare to anything I've ever said to you people, ever. My 1 or 2 posts, as opposed to your thousands of posts, harassing messages on my boards, porn in the guest book, where kids can see it, porn on my group, where kids can see it, exploiting my sons, making sites about me, drawing pictures of mine, stealing pictures, making false rumors, threats, trying to post personal information on me, and there's much more I could get into. It's wrong, and you people know it. And that's all I got to say to you. And if you feel that in order to boost your self-esteem that you have to demean me, then go right to it. Because it just proves me right in front of my members that this is the type of people you are. I am not going anywhere. I have no plans on going anywhere. So you either accept me or you don't. But either way, I am the founder of the Paranormal Ghost Society. I'm not going to change. I'm going to continue to expand, continue to network. My investigations are going to continue. My work's going to continue. I'm going to keep doing media shows for the newspaper, for the radio, for television shows. None of it's going to stop. And it doesn't matter how bad or how ill you talk about me, because a lot of people know otherwise. I've given a lot to the paranormal community. You can't take that back, no matter what you say about somebody. So, in fact, get a life. Quit harassing a father of 3 kids. Quit harassing the founder of the Paranormal and Ghost Society. Just stop. It's not hard to figure out. You said your piece, you don't like me? Well, I don't like you. End of story. But there's a few of you haters that have done turnarounds, and I have offered to be your friend. I'm not going to mention names, but there has been a few that have changed their act. And you can change it too. But that doesn't mean I'm going to just trust you off the bat. But I'm offering you a second chance. You can take it now, or you can leave it. But I can assure you, anything that gets wrong done to my organization, my friends and members, I will be there to deal with it. So don't piss and moan all because Lord Rick gets on the defense. I'm passionate about my work, and it's going to continue. I thank you for reading this message. Until the next time.